Howdy, my name is Bronson Baker. Um, my experiences with FFA and 4-H have been I was a 4-H member, Clover Kid, went all the way up through high school in that. Didn't really spend much time around FFA, except few of my friends were in FFA. And then when I got into college, collegiate FFA, got introduced more to FFA through that, going through ag education programs, stuff like that. Got understand it a lot better. And then married my wife. She's an ag teacher, and so I get to spend a lot of time with her and her kids going to state convention contests here and there when I get the chance. Um, and so to me, when you're at those events, the professional communication aspect of it would be how you dress, how you're interacting with other teachers, other students who are there. And then I have a give. So growing up, showing cattle at our world shows, we called it. It was we had speech contests, and I would do speeches on cattle, um, cattle handling techniques, different things like that. Another show we had was called the Audubon Scholarship Tour, and they had a speech contest where they give you three topics of like leadership and other things like in that agriculture, something like that in that realm. I mean, you could either mix all three of them together, or you could just stay on one topic, and you could do those. And that was you went towards a jacket, and then if you did so many contests, then you won a jacket. Um, to me, professional communications would be something that how you interact with others, how you dress, how you present yourself in the workplace and out in the community when you're having relaxation or whatever is how you interact. Um, how do you So professional communications in agriculture, I think, is a way that we is something we need to do so we can better serve, better communicate our mission statements with the people who live in the city who think you go down to the grocery store and there's the milk, there's the eggs, that's where it's from. It's not. They don't think of it coming from anywhere else. Um, and that way, or better, we can better face the onslaught of animal rights. Or we're treating them bad, we're doing this and this, and we can really get out there and we can say no, we're what we're really doing. Um, and that can't help come from if we don't know how to communicate that in a way of professionally and not trying to our way is the right way, your way is the wrong way, and we can't have a clear communication line there. That's never going to happen. I am obviously not a very good a talker when it comes to presenting things in front of people or uh, videos, as you can very well tell by now. But I am a very good listener. I'm very good on one-on-one talk speeches or talking to people about things. I mean, I will listen all day long to something that if you have a topic, and I'll listen to it all day long. I'll find it very interesting. But the speaking isn't my thing. I would rather be the guy that sits there and listens and then asks questions at the end. Um, but I mean, I need to get better at speaking in public, obviously, and hopefully through this course, I will develop better communication skills through either video chats or live presentations. Communication skills in agriculture is essential for what I was saying earlier about how to communicate our mission and our love for the animals, our love for the crops, our love for uh, the why we do what our why. I think that's why. And you see so many YouTubers out there now that have done that with their YouTube channels, expressing their love for it, and you can see the change. Or people, oh, I never thought of that, or oh, that's cool. How you can several YouTube families have started. They're either small garden farms, horticulture operations, or large scale ranches, where they communicate what they're trying to say, and the people will see it in a different light than if they were out in the street and they're learning more about where their food comes from. I think poor communication in our um, is where we all seen the Facebook warriors who go and they say, well, our way is the right way, blah blah blah, and that doesn't help anybody in the long run. In making someone go, oh, this is why we should support agriculture. If bashing on Facebook and things like that, that doesn't really do anybody any good. That's not very professional. Um, so that doesn't help them learn how to they can serve how they can what they can do to help agriculture in policy or anything like that. Voting wise, doesn't do them any good. Doesn't do us any good. So I think that would be a very good example of poor examples of how and of poor communication. I mean, obviously, for if you're doing like I said, YouTube videos or going to conferences and speaking or just whatever, you need strong communication skills um, for that. For me, I think I would be better as a like kind of seeing people talking about it one on one more as more for and then instead of being on a stage in front of people talking. That would not be my forte at all. Um, I think my strengths for communications would be interviewing people or writing, like writing little notes. Hey, you're doing this great, or hey, this is why I was thinking about this. I think that's why I would be. That's where I think I'd be better at than in front of a crowd speaking. Because I mean, I would just start stuttering like I am now, and no one would understand a thing I was saying. Um, by the end of this course, I hope to be better at speaking in public, speaking in front of people. That's my goal for this course. I'm looking forward to a great semester. Hope y'all have a great one.